Okay, dude, this is tough. For somebody like me, who is primarily a Vancouver Canucks fan, who is secondarily a Montreal Canadiens fan, and who is tertiarily a Detroit Red Wings fan, hey, it's been a pretty good season, all things considered. At the very least, 2 of my 3 teams were doing well to kick things off. But now? Oh boy. I think we can make negative-related videos on all of my favorite teams at the moment, and this is going to be a combo of 2 of them, because I wanted to talk about Montreal, I wanted to talk about Vancouver. It's tough being a fan of these teams sometimes, and, I got a free paper crown from Burger King yesterday. I'm feeling like a king, so I thought, why not go out there and spread the word? Because, look, the Montreal Canadiens, I don't know what that actually has to do with anything. I just wanted to show you. I got it for free yesterday. It was pretty cool. But yesterday, the Montreal Canadiens had themselves a game against the Boston Bruins, where I think the majority of Canadiens fans will straight up label with no hesitation the reason the Habs lost 3-2. The one absolute, no questions about it, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, no doubts whatsoever reason why the Montreal Canadiens lost this game is because of the power play. Let's take a look, shall we? 3-2 Boston in regulation. Jeremy Swayman stops 26 of the 28 shots that he faces, but you head over to these goals and you had Jake Evans, shorthanded. That's pretty good. Really nice snipe over there. And you also had Cole Caulfield at even strength. Beautiful centering pass by Nick Suzuki. Even more beautiful finish by Cole Caulfield. But look at the penalties. Look at the amount of Boston Bruins guys that found themselves in the penalty box. And it's not like the Canadiens were squeaky clean either. Montreal had 26 penalty minutes in this game. Boston had 30. It was a slobber knocker of a hockey game, and from an entertainment, physicality standpoint, there was a lot to cheer for. But Montreal was 0 for 7 on the man advantage tonight. Yesterday. Which included 2 5-on-3 opportunities. You might have seen some of the footage around social media of what happened in this hockey game, but let's just say it doesn't look good when you break down the nitty-gritty details of how Montreal played on these man advantages. 0 for 7 on the night, including 2 5-on-3s, is absolutely abysmal. And now we're starting to see just some of the still images, some of the breakdowns as to how Montreal's strategy on the PP was not working. They had 2 guys down low trying to open up passing lanes by getting Boston players to commit. But guess what? Boston guys don't commit. They just stay there and they just do their job because Montreal doesn't really have many guys willing to shoot the puck right now. There have been a lot of critiques tossed to some of the power play players' ways. Like Ivan Demidov, for example. I've seen a lot of folks calling him out in particular, saying, hey, why does he not shoot? Why does he take a shift or 2 just only looking for the pass? What's going on with this guy mentally? Is there something there? And this, of course, is just one still image. It's not going to tell the entire story as to how the Montreal Canadiens are as a hockey team, but maybe some of the discourse will. Let's head over to the Montreal Canadiens subreddit and just read what fans have to say about this hockey game, about what we had seen last night. You have Ukrainian Hab, who posted the good and the bad. The bad, it comes down to the power play. I'm really not sure why the Habs have only 2 guys below the goal line and nobody in a clear shooting position. You can only go cross-ice, which is kind of easy to defend, and the goalie can poke-check the pass across. Lane Hudson is struggling, and he has been for a bit. That's just the reality. He needs to be a little cleaner and quicker with his decisions. Same for Dobson. Just looks a tad clumsy right now. Shots are continuing to miss the net for the Montreal Canadiens, which of course is a bad thing. Now I'm just going to say this right here. As somebody who owns Lane Hudson in fantasy, I have noticed a significant decline the past few weeks in regards to his production compared to the first parts of the season. So hopefully the reigning Calder Trophy winner can prove that he should be in that that Norris conversation over Mike Matheson, because Matheson's been playing pretty well, and he was already voted as one of the top Norris candidates by the ESPN PHWA folks. Let's go out there and talk about the good from Montreal in this game, though. Really liked Davidson. Thought he was very noticeable, and I think he can hang around for a while if he keeps going like that. Great shot by Evans on the PK to result in that shorty, and you have to start somewhere after getting absolutely destroyed the last few games. It wasn't a bad effort. Special teams just let them down. Go get the next. Danny Dubé pointed out that Davidson had 4 shots on goal in 7 minutes of ice time as well. So, hey, if some of the other Canadiens could actually shoot properly, that would be great. But you know why this is a dual Montreal and Vancouver video? It's because, well, firstly, the Canucks, they have themselves a game later today at 2 p.m. PST against the, Tampa Bay Lightning, excuse me, that's what it is, right. Second half of a back-to-back for the Bolts. But Vancouver is on the total opposite of the spectrum compared to Montreal. For the Habs, it's all about, oh, their power play sucks, oh, they don't shoot, oh, they don't do this, oh, man, they need to improve that PP. For Vancouver, it's like, yeah, they really need to improve that PK. Let's head over to some statistics here and talk about the Vancouver Canucks' penalty kill rate. Because right now, in 2025-2026, the number 1 PK in the league is the Buffalo Sabres, which I'd say is probably crazy until you acknowledge just how amazing Alex Lyon has been in net for them. Go figure. But the worst penalty-killing team in the National Hockey League, by far, is the Vancouver Canucks, who have a 66.1% penalty kill. I mean, you talk about the Canadiens' power play losing them games. The Montreal power play, at least, is not last in the league. Vancouver's penalty kill is losing them games, and it's why they went out there and acquired David Kampf yesterday. Now, for Canucks fans who are anticipating David Kampf's inevitable debut, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen today. This is what Elliot Friedman said on Twitter. Saturday headlines, it seems like Kampf won't play Sunday in Tampa. The hope is for Monday in Florida. The Vancouver Canucks will also have to make a roster move. This user, Trevor, is assuming Mackenzie McEachern, so we'll see whether or not that ends up being the case. But no David Kampf, a guy who was acquired to be a penalty-killing, face-off winning force that, look, I'm going to say he's a force, but he's only a force because there's nobody else on the Vancouver Canucks that can really do that other than Elias Pettersson right now. Aatu Ratu can win face-offs, but he's not a PKer. He's not that good. The entire PK personnel sucks right now in Vancouver, and they are last in the league by a long shot. If David Kampf can at the very least improve a penalty kill that is at the moment at 66.1%. They let in a power play goal every 3 chances. Like, that's terrible. You go on the penalty kill 3 times, you're guaranteed to being down by at least 1 if you're the Vancouver Canucks. The penalty kill has been abysmal. The strategies are all over the place. What is it about the players? Well, you don't have Pius Suter, Dakota Joshua anymore. What is it about the coaching staff? Well, Rick Tocchet and his guys, they swapped around. Things aren't the same as they were last year. Adam Foote is the main head coach now, so lots of movement on Vancouver's penalty kill and power play strategies. The power play hasn't been as bad, but hey, penalty killing has been the worst part of Vancouver hockey, aside from the injuries this season. It's been terrible. So, yeah, I don't know really how to market this video, if I'm being honest. Like, I like to have an angle for all the stuff that we talk about on the channel, but like, it's hard to talk about good things from these teams right now when you look at what's been going on in the most recent selection of games. I mean, Vancouver, if they just have a competent penalty kill, they probably don't blow the game against Chicago. They don't allow Colorado to get back in there. They hold on to leads and they just don't crumble away because Evander Kane keeps taking so many gosh darn penalties. Either way, if you are a Vancouver Canucks fan, I'll just say this right here. I do have my own business to attend to later this afternoon. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make a post-game video on Vancouver-Tampa right away after it's done. If not, it'll probably be later into the night. But hey, the game's early, so we have ourselves some interesting festivities to pay attention to this afternoon. Montreal fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you respond to yesterday's 3-2 loss to the Bruins and the 0-for-7 0-for-2 5-on-3 Montreal Canadiens power play? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.